don't know what happened to the music there.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's happening now. Sorry, the music kind of messed me up there for a second. Welcome back. It's Tuesday.
Does this mess you up?
Huh?
What? Oh Lord!
Oh, stop it! Get off! Stop doing that. That's creepy and weird, man. Come on.
It was a little creepy. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Devin. I was trying to get you out of the.
It's all good, man. It's all good. So we're back. I'm Devin. I'll be kicking off there today. We got Greg, Scott,
what's up,
and Chris.
What up?
Today we got some interesting stories for you lined up. We're going to go ahead and talk about the FBI, the people we probably shouldn't talk about because they'll probably make us shut up, but why not?
Don't say that. They'll come for us.
Why not? Let's
Will
get
they, Scott?
They will.
Angry at us.
I am angry.
So the Gateway Pundit went ahead and published a story about a undercover video showing a CIA officer, a former FBI, boasting about putting anybody in jail, setting them up, and said that they did what they wanted with Alex Jones and took his money away. You think we should watch the clip, guys, or
watch the clip? Why not?
Yeah, go ahead and bring up that clip.
Not? All right, let's watch the clip.
You kind of put anyone in jail if you know what to do.
How? Does the Bureau practice entrapment a lot?
We get really close. We call it a nudge.
A nudge.
A nudge. Sometimes you just got to give them a quick little, just to see what happens. Sometimes you like to fuse and just wait for it to follow. Nothing like putting out a fake social media thing to like really get people mad.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, so we were after him.
You are?
We did what we wanted.
Which is what?
Took his money away. Chopped his legs off.
Chopped his legs off.
Officer at the CIA. Oh,
So
That's not nice.
that
It
is
just-
not.
It
Is a person.
When
The
is
CIA.
America going to wake up? Seriously.
I don't know, dude.
How much
that's
more do people have to see?
Well,
that's
I
one of
read
those
that-
things that just opens up that door of what is it? Show me the man and I'll make up the crime. You know, or I'll find the crime. That doesn't make any sense. What they did to Alex Jones was messed up anyway, and it didn't even hurt him. I mean, in all reality, it hurt him. Don't get me wrong.
They hurt him. That's a lot of.
But
money.
all he did is file bankruptcy, and he reopened up another business. I'm pretty sure.
why?
But all that effort, dude, can you imagine all that thrown away?
No, I agree. It's messed up, and it makes me mad because it's that same stuff we talked about this several times on the show. The whole two-tier justice system. The whole I can ruin you if I want to, but my homie over there who I've known and we got close connections with judges and lawyers. Well, they can murder somebody in broad daylight and get away with it, but we'll ruin this man's life for nothing, just for speaking truths. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because like Alex Jones or not, dude, that dude, I mean, what he said about the Sandy Hook stuff, you know, I mean, he got misinformation and he clarified that he was wrong and they still persecuted
They're
him.
putting stuff in the water that's turning the frogs gay.
And he was right. As crazy as that sounds, he was right.
He was.
When in Bohemian Grove, he was right, and they called him crazy. True. He talked about Epstein Island back in the 90s, dude, and he was right. Yeah. And y'all called him crazy.
But that's the crazy thing is like crazy. You can say 100 million things and be right on 99.999 million of them. But that one time you're wrong. One time.
Was he?
I think they take everything you've ever made.
Was he wrong though? There's a lot of crazy stuff.
Well,
no, I mean there's a lot of crazy stuff.
Bro, we were wrong. That. No, stop, Greg.
I'm not going to stop. I'm going to tell you.
We're not allowed to talk.
Now, look, I'm not allowed to stop here. I'm not allowed.
I mean, they're going to take all of our money.
I don't have any money.
Thank God, a whole lot.
Look.
Now, who just muted my mic?
Nobody. You're still talking.
It says the host has muted your mic. Was that you, Scott?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
He's gonna kick your ass.
I'm gonna.
Oh no.
I can just go. I mean, whatever.
No,
but
come
look,
on, calm
I mean,
down,
you guys
calm
don't want to
down.
listen to
Guys,
anything I
how
have to say about this particular story.
Go
anyway.
ahead, Scott.
I read the story.
Go ahead.
Mute my mic and then just take over.
I didn't just take over.
You just muted my mic and then came
Okay,
back. Nobody
whatever,
wants
go
to hear
ahead.
what I have to say. I was going to say there's a picture of a girl who was killed in the attack. Well, there's a photo, and then was on Biden's lap.
I know. I understand that picture is out there. I understand that there are things out there. We all saw them.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, that's a dangerous subject that I don't want to get into.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to go down his path, but I'm just saying there is some shady stuff that surrounds that. And he shouldn't have got what he got.
I think
where's the freedom of the press?
I think they fed him false information just to do what they did to him. That's what I was going to say. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to leave that Sandy Hook stuff alone.
I am too.
Because a lot of innocent kids died, man. That was horrible. A horrible situation. But I think that he was fed that information on purpose to make him look crazy because he said too many truths. He fed a lot of truths out that you would look at Alex Jones and call him crazy. I remember watching Tim Pool, right? Alex Jones was on his show and he was talking about that they what is that ROCC, the stuff from like high school that it's like the military stuff. What is that called? What is it? That right there. Okay, so he was talking about this. I think it was in Colorado. They had the men run around in high heels and dresses, and Tim Pool was like, whoa, stop. You owe me, stop. That sounds ridiculous. There's no way that's true. Looked it up, and it was true. They did that. I mean, Alex Jones, the way he says stuff, it sounds crazy, but 99% of the time, he's not messing with you. He's telling the truth. The bad part about what he does is he doesn't have a moderator there to pull it up like we do with and Joe Rogan and Tim Pool and all them. They pull up the news stories. They show you what they're talking about. That way, the people can see that it's real. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people who watch this stuff, they don't see, they don't go beyond your show. They don't go and look and see that there are actually news articles. But if Scott, if you had something to say,
go for
it.
No, I got nothing.
Yes, don't be that way. Come on, let's go. There are fans on here for you. Come on, let's go.
Greg's running the show around here. He's got something else he wants to say.
Don't start that, man. Come on.
Look, I think the biggest problem here is that people, when they see things, they are terrified of the reality that it very well might be true. I think Greg talks about this a lot. When I deny things, Greg always tells me that I'm just scared of the truth. I'm scared of it being real, because if it is real, that means everything I know has been a lie. And if everything I know has been a lie, then that does not bode well at all.
Right. And I think it more or less it's people are afraid to admit that they were brainwashed. You know what I mean? That they fell for all the CNN and all that stuff, especially when Trump was president. The way they tried to brainwash everybody. Trump's this, Trump's that. They'd cut certain things out. You know what I mean? They'd show little clips of something, but they wouldn't show the full video. And then if you try to show these people the full video, they already knew they were wrong. Yep. They had no way to fight it. So I don't want to watch the whole video. Well, why not? Why not try to find out that you could have been wrong?
If you're afraid of ghosts, you don't go into abandoned places. If you're afraid of snakes, you don't go in the tall grass. If you're afraid of spiders, you look for webs everywhere you go. People build little boxes around their life of truths that they want to know, and they don't let anything in that they don't want to believe is truth because it scares them. And being scared of something, they want to distance itself from them. So what people think, well, the government's my friend. They wouldn't do anything to harm me. Do you know these people? Are they your friends? I mean, do they give you a Christmas card every birthday? Or, I mean, Christmas or a birthday card no. They don't know you. To them, you're just a number. You're a taxpayer, and that's it. That's all they know about you. And that's all you know about them. Who are these people? Do you know anything about their lives? No. I mean, you don't. Nothing.
No, you don't. And I mean, all they do, we are like, I don't even know how to say it, man. We're just numbers to them, social security numbers. And we collect, they collect so much money from each one. Once we become to a certain point where we're not working or we get too old, well, they just try to get rid of us.
Yep.
And I think that is the truly terrifying thing, because we are at the precipice of understanding really what is going on behind the scenes. And I want to bring this up. I don't know entirely if this is true or not. Obviously, I know that this is happening, but I don't know if it's true. So don't take this as actually what's going on. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and bring this up. Russia today, or actually yesterday, I believe, has now or is now accusing United States senior officials and Barisma of executing the terror attacks on their country. So they are launching an investigation into the NATO members and Hunter Biden-linked Barisma holdings of financing terror attacks that have occurred both inside and outside of Russia.
It's getting sad that I started to believe Russia a little more than my own government. My own government for the last year, like 3, 4 years, 5 years, has just lied to me about everything.
That's all they do anymore, man. Is and it's such a sad thing that America has come to this. Like it's like we're becoming the China and the Russia. You know what I mean? Of just propaganda, lie. You know what I mean? Don't let the people know. It's like, no, this is America. We have the right to know. It's for the people, by the people, not for the government. And forget y'all. You know what I mean? Right. I don't know really what to say on that one, because they are supposed to be working for us in our best interest. And it doesn't seem like that is the case anymore.
Well, just Stuart, we'll go ahead and bring that up.
And yeah, that I was about to do that. Go ahead.
Why would the USA ever speak out against this? It's Russia. Who believes Russia, man?
I want to.
Nobody believes Russia.
I want to bring up a little funny story about this that ties in with your Russia story. Like I was telling you guys earlier today, Senator Mike Lee wants to defund the United Nations and leave it.
So why keep paying for it?
Right.
I mean, we pay for it all.
He says basically in a short sum up that he thinks that they are basically a fraud organization that get nothing done, that interferes with state sovereignty, that they want to the Human Rights Council in the UN has China on it, which is probably one of the biggest human rights actors in the world. They enslave Uyghurs and
I said it's actually laughable to have them on the Human Rights Council. I don't even understand where they were getting.
It's like putting Iran on the terrorist council. You know what I mean? Anti-terrorist council. It is
peaceful nation of the world council.
Yeah, it is.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
No one asked for a world government. Nobody asked for the WEF sticking their nose in sovereign countries' business. No one asked for this.
I don't know about that. There's people out there that like that.
And they're the people that put themselves in a box and don't want to see the truth.
Right. What do you guys think of this right here, though, what Stuart said? Whose country's propaganda campaign is bigger and better, Russia or US?
Oh, US. Dude, US.
Yeah, I think the US is getting there.
Well, I would say that, but I would also say that it depends on where you live at. You know what I mean? Do you live in Russia or do you live in the US?
So,
because I'm pretty sure if you live in Russia, it's probably about the same. You know what I mean?
You said propaganda campaign. I would say that propaganda is anything that a country wants to disseminate to its own people or the world. And we know that the US is the premier information outlet of the world. We basically control everything when it comes to that.
Right.
So if America is that advanced, Russia has nothing on us. They might be their own citizens, but not anybody.
That's what I was getting at when I said that, was like, if you live in Russia, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're not wrong, Devin. We definitely have control of most of the world's media and what they see and all that. So I agree with you on that one. Yes, we definitely do have a way easier time spreading what we want the world to know, or what you know what I mean? Like we want what we want them to think.
Influence in this, man. Who's got more influence?
Right. I mean, when we like with all the transgender and everything, not to bring that up in this conversation, because I wouldn't think that we would bring that up in this, but look at the UK and everything. When we went down that route, all of a sudden they were doing it. They were doing all the putting it in the schools and all that other stuff too over there. So
Lock, step, and file. Every single country that
Right.
exists over here,
we made it.
step, and file with us.
We made it a trend, and the world followed suit. So
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Well,
yeah, Stuart's right about that too. The view from within the USA is insane, as the government owns the media. That's true.
Good.
It's the worst
But
time.
that's what we said.
It is a terrible time. What do you think, Scott?
I got no opinion.
Oh Lord.
It's gonna be one of these days, huh?
It's all good. It's all good.
But I tried to
in
bring
the
up
hood.
something. Nobody wanted to listen. Whatever.
We were trying to.
I mean, Greg's got enough to say for all of us.
No
so.
pity party today, bro.
We were
there's
all
no
in the
pity
middle
party.
of getting in that conversation, and you know, we do this all the time. We were trying not to talk over everybody, and you can definitely say whatever you got to say, Scott. You know that.
I tried like 5 times. You guys didn't want to listen, so whatever.
All right. How do we fix
We're way
it?
past that point now anyway.
All
I
right.
mean,
So we gonna talk about Arizona?
Yes, we are.
Supreme Court ruling. We'll go ahead and bring that up. Gotta find it. Can't figure out how to work my computer. It revives an 160-year-old law from the Civil War era, I think is what they said on the news. Bans basically all abortions except to save a woman's life, which is in my opinion, a wonderful decision by Arizona.
I'm pro-life, so I agree, but at the same time, we talked about this a little bit earlier, and when it comes, rape needs to be in there too. You know, I mean, if a woman is raped, right? I mean, I'm saying if there was a case of rape, I think that the hospital should react with Plan B or something from the very jump. But if worse comes to worse, that should be involved too. I mean, that should be in there somewhere too.
That's hospital policy like that.
I guess
I don't know.
Victim, you know what I
like
mean?
The federal government, you know
But
what I
like,
mean?
there's
So,
a chance you could be pregnant. You know what I mean? Do you want a Plan B? I guess that is purely up to the victim. It should be offered, but I don't.
Yeah. I don't know if it is or isn't. I was just, throwing that out there that rape should also be involved in that.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the idea. Right? Let's say the government wants to keep abortion legal, right? And their big talking point is how rape victims can't get abortions, right? So they just make it so that the hospitals don't give them Plan B when they do get raped, so that they end up pregnant, so they can talk about it on the news, so that they can say how terrible it is that they don't have abortion legal in the state.
Well, I mean, Ohio did that. Remember when we were voting for the marijuana law and the abortion in Ohio? What was it, last year? Yeah, last year in November. They lied about everything when it came to the abortion. They've had commercials and everything. Like, we couldn't get an abortion in Ohio because we had to go over here to do it. No, Ohio has an abortion law. We say up to a certain point. Now, you can't go in there at 9 months and get an abortion. But all those commercials was false information. But I mean, with the weed, it was all right. But then they're fighting that law, but abortion kicked in immediately.
Yeah.
It was a really weird thing.
I say if they're going to let everybody cut off their wieners, let them kill their babies too. What the hell? Let's just go for it.
That's
it ain't how they place, honestly. I mean, I don't agree with it personally, but who am I to tell somebody else that can't do it? I say kill them all, cures, whatever.
We have an interesting level of Scott today.
No,
hey, aren't we overpopulated anyway?
Look,
I mean,
he's not really.
No, we're not overpopulated at all.
That's what they say, but they're
right.
Well, I know, but that's what they tell us is that we're overpopulated. We're running out of room.
We're all gonna die.
Right.
I don't really disagree with you all the way, Scott. I mean, I believe a woman should have the right to do pretty much whatever she wants. But that one thing right there is where I'm like, if here's how I would compromise. If a woman can do that, then a man should be able to just give up his rights, and she shouldn't be able to take him to court for child support.
I agree 100%.
And she can just kill my kid. If a woman could just kill my baby,
right, without your
then
permission,
I should, without my permission, then I should be able to be like, okay, well, then I don't want to ruin my life. So I don't want to be responsible either. If the women have the ability to do this, then I should have the ability to say, you know what, I don't want that baby. So therefore, I don't want nothing to do with either one of you. And
are you saying that you're tired
of
the double standard?
I am tired of the double standard, but in all reality, I don't agree with murdering a child. You know what I mean? That's to me is just completely wrong.
It is.
But I don't agree. Look, I personally don't agree with it, but I don't know that that's something we should be making laws about. It's trying to protect people from themselves again.
Well, no,
I think it holds
establishing a society.
It holds both sides to be more accountable, men and women. It's not that women are like, it's just against us women. It's our bodies. And it's like, well, it holds the man accountable too, because what I just said.
Right.
If I'm a man and I go out and get you pregnant, and you decide to have that baby, say abortion is illegal, and you have that baby, well, guess what I got to do for the next 18 years? Regardless if I want to or not, I have to take on that responsibility. Right.
That's going to make you think twice about doing it the way you're doing it.
So, but that's what I'm saying. They say it's only against a woman. No, this the fairest thing, because then it holds women more accountable on saying who she lets in between her legs, and it gives the man accountability on who he's going to go in between the legs, because he doesn't want to just get some rando pregnant and then be responsible for the next 18 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they will come after you.
We've all said in today's society, there's no reason for any unwanted child.
It's become a form of birth control.
We need,
but that's how I feel about it, Greg.
We need to reestablish the goodness of society in this country, because we have our country is destitute of any good anything. We're basically just walking around in people and in a cesspool.
Right. I think that we need to hold people accountable for their actions. Absolutely. Along with our government and what they do. You know what I mean? So even when it comes down to just a man and a woman, you need to be accountable for what you do. Accept your responsibilities. It's just like the federal government paying off people's student loans. You signed for that stuff. Like, why are my tax dollars going towards your student loan? Nah, I'll give you one thing. I would rather pay that. I mean, wipe them all out and stop sending my money over there to whatever country. I mean, I would be more willing to do that. But at the same time, you signed the paperwork. You should have read it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I signed for my house, and I didn't say I'm going around like, please, somebody pay for my mortgage, pay my car payment, any of that stuff. So, I mean, there's all these things.
Well, nobody
wants to accept the responsibilities.
No, I get that, but I think in this case, the only quarrel I have about it isn't the fact so much that they want to pay off the debts. It's the fact that everybody makes a big deal about it, because nobody with the student loans that I'm aware of has gone to the federal government and said, please pay this off for me. The federal government came out and said, we want to do this for you.
Buying votes.
Actually,
if Biden came out tomorrow, though, and said, you know what, I need to pay off everybody's car loans because everybody's in too much debt, you're not going to say no, are you?
Actually,
okay, pay off my car loans.
That's incorrect.
Right.
Hold on, that is incorrect.
So that's what I mean about the student loans.
No, that's incorrect. That was actually asked for by the party. That's been asked for by the party for a long time.
Oh, okay, but look, Joe Blow down the street did not go to Congress and ask for that.
They did through the democratic processes. They have been in the Democratic Party talking about that for a long time. It was one of the main things that came up when Obama
in the Democratic Party, right? And it's like exactly what Chris said. They're trying to buy votes.
But that's who's in the presidency.
But if
that-
they
look,
buy the
one of the
boats by
policies that
paying
they
off
want.
your car loan,
This
are
is
you
one
going
of
to
the
be like,
policies
oh
they
no,
want.
don't pay off my car loan. I want to
And-
pay for it.
Well,
And-
no,
and-
obviously, I'm
and-
going to take what's given
Right,
to me.
and
But at least
Stuart,
they're giving
look.
it to me and not another country.
Right.
And Stuart hit on something right here. Wiping out student debt isn't a solution. Removing federal-backed student loans is a valid solution. It would
Right.
force bloated tuition to line up the market's means. Now, he's right because
100% right.
that's
Thank
one of
you,
the
Stuart.
reasons. It's just like Section 8 and all that stuff. Why rent went through the roof all of a sudden. You know what I mean? When they opened up Section 8 from project buildings to anywhere you want to go. Now landlords are like, hey, I'll rent to you for $2,000, but it's a house that ain't worth $600 a month. They did that with that, and they did the same thing with the college. They turned around and was like, we're going to give you federal money. That means the college is guaranteed that money.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. They
Yeah,
turned
the
around.
prices went up exponentially. You're
Yeah,
right. And so
and
did the
they
interest
raised the
rate and
price because
everything
they
else.
knew the federal government would pay it.
Right.
Yep.
And then it just sticks you, the person that signed the paper, because you want to go to college, which you know, I mean, I see it like this when it comes to college. Some people just aren't meant to go to college. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean you're going to be you're only going to be making $10 an hour working at, go to California, make $20 an hour. But you can go over here and flip burgers, you know. I mean, no, you could be a trash man, you could be a truck driver, you can be an electrician, you can be a contractor and make buku money. But they don't tell you these things because they want you to go to college because the federal government got for sure money sitting right over here. And it's your money anyway if you got a job because you're a taxpayer.
Right. I agree.
You're paying.
I mean,
for
I
your own
don't
stuff.
like you said, Chris. I mean, everybody signed on the dotted line. I did it for my wife and my kids. I accepted that responsibility. But that being said, if the federal government comes along and says, "Hey, Scott, I'm gonna go ahead and pay off this debt for you," I'm not gonna tell them no. I'll be honest about it. I'm not gonna be like, "No, keep your money. I don't want it."
Oh,
You know?
I agree because when COVID hit and they was handing out them stimulus checks,
Yeah. Where was
me and my
ours?
wife got them.
All right.
Now, me and my wife both said this. Like, I don't even know why we're getting this because we're both still working. But they get, but it was our money because believe me when I tell you, me and my wife pay a lot of money into taxes, and then at the end of the year we have to pay them even more. So they was just giving our money back to us.
Right.
That was my money. I'm a taxpayer.
But then they charge you.
But they hand it to you
on
like
that
it's
for
a
income on the next year.
right.
said
But then
that
they
was
handed it
income
to
and
you
charged
like they were doing you a favor. You're not doing me a favor by giving me my money back.
Right. And then the charging you tax on it. I think it's really funny that they are so.
Stuart said he was a refund.
They're such tight asses when it comes to giving money to the American public.
You're right.
But they're handing out billions of dollars to every other country in the world.
Everywhere else around the world, right?
They're just throwing money out.
Right.
They're
I
not
agree.
getting anything back.
Right.
And they can't give me a single penny. I say that we go ahead and we get rid of all student debt in the country. And then we completely get rid of the entire student loan department, period. No more
from the federal government.
No more federal government.
No more.
Yeah.
Just wipe out the debt, wipe that out, scrap it as a never doing again project, and move the hell on.
Let the private industry, the banks, do it on their own, and that'll settle out interest rates. It'll settle out the prices to go to college, all of that.
Wipe the board clean slate. People be like, look, we messed up. We're sorry. It was a terrible decision. We're done with it. Move on with your lives. Let's go.
I agree. I agree with that. I mean, as long as they stop giving my money away to all these other countries, because I'm sick and tired of that too. Everybody else gets money, but then they look at me and they say, if you mess up and you owe one extra penny and you don't pay that by the next year when it comes around, because we're not going to tell you that you didn't pay us that penny. Next year, when it comes around, that penny turned into $1,000. Now you owe us $1,000.
I really wish that we could.
Amber, I kind of agree with you, but I don't think we can get rid of taxes. But we need a fair tax system.
A fair tax. We do need a fair tax.
Absolutely. I am a big proponent of fair tax.
Just go straight to property taxes.
and a sales tax. When you pay off your house, you're going to be saying the same thing I am. Like, why am I paying $3,000 a year?
I would be fine if
I don't technically own.
I feel you, but I would be fine if I wasn't paying 34% of my entire income every year as well. Like,
Well, you're right. That's why
and
I
that's
said
just
a fair
federal
tax
taxes. You
system.
don't talk about
But it should be on everything.
all
It should
that.
be on
you
city,
can't
county,
lump
state.
it all together because
all
the states are separate.
And you can't
Well-
count Social Security or Medicaid as a federal tax.
Right.
No, but
Which it is.
you're right. You can't lump them together.
It's
Devin,
not.
but
We're all gonna
they
get
can
that.
each have a fair tax system. They can each have their own fair tax system, so that everybody's paying the same
Everybody just has
percentage or
an unfair
amount
tax
or whatever.
now.
You know?
It's just putting the label fair on it.
I agree. I
No,
agree
I
with
agree.
this right here. Fair or flat tax. I
Right.
say flat tax to tell you the
Flat tax
truth.
is a good idea too. That could be a possible.
I mean,
And-
even
and-
Everybody
and-
pays X
and
amount,
just-
you know, a year.
Just to throw
you're-
this up there, we need fair health insurance too, because our insurance, since they made it the way they
Oh,
did
yeah.
with Obama,
Yeah.
that
Again,
stuff
like
went through
schools-
the roof, and they need to stop with that.
Well, like the
Whenever they-
schools get the government out of it,
Yep.
and that fixes it.
Make the companies compete. When the government
Right.
gets in it, they
That's
screw
what
it.
Trump tried to do that, but they didn't want to get rid of the red tape across the country. If they would just open it up and let these companies compete, it would all go down.
It would.
Competition will always drive the
Well,
prices
the
That's
free
down.
not what they
market.
want, man.
Free
That's not
market,
what they want.
right.
They want everyone to be in their little box. They want everyone to pay their little area fees so that they can manipulate you like little numbers on a computer screen. I don't know.
You're a number.
It's messed up.
All right, that's true. That's why I said
Be
your social
quiet,
security number.
45387. Oh, I don't know.
Anyway,
Well,
just
It's,
looking
it's a,
back today.
it's a
we just
sad
were-
thing that we all got this good conversation going,
Right.
Yeah,
and we're out of time.
we are at a time.
Scott, you joined the conversation at the end. What the hell is wrong with you?
So
I'm
many
tired, bro. I had to
So
gear
many.
up a little bit. I don't. You
I
know.
get it.
All right.
So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks
All right.
everybody for joining us again. Please like, subscribe, and share. Make sure to ring that notification bell so you can get so you can be aware of all our videos. when they come out.
Yeah,
Ring
that
the
is
bell.
true. Y'all have a good
you-
night. We will go ahead. Oh,
If you
okay.
come
We'll
back,
see.
that singing is terrible. So go ahead.
It's my thing. Have a good night, everybody. Peace
Yeah.
out. God bless
Tomorrow.
America.
See you tomorrow.
7 o'clock. See y'all
And here
tomorrow.
comes the outro
Later, y'all.
and the music.
See ya.